JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, ex-JDF soldier charged in connection with several major crimes. An ex-member of the Jamaica Defense Force has been charged in connection with several major crimes, including illegal possession of firearm. He has been identified as 24-year-old Leon Fisher of Scotsall, St. Mary. Investigators say on January 5, a man was standing at his gate in Scotsall when he was approached by the ex-soldier. Fisher allegedly brandished a gun and pointed it at the complainant. He is said to have ejected 3 rounds from the weapon and then hit the complainant, resulting in injuries to his face. A statement was made to the police. The police visited the scene and recovered 3 live rounds and apprehended Fisher shortly after. A search was carried out, but the gun was not found. While in custody, Fisher provided information which assisted in locating the firearm. Investigators say Fisher was remanded and faces at least 4 firearm-related offences. Fisher is also deemed a suspect in a case of robbery with aggravation committed last May at a bar in Broadgate, St. Mary. Man shot in buttocks, penis grazed by bullet. Police are probing a bizarre shooting in which a man was allegedly shot in the buttocks and his penis was grazed by a bullet. The weird incident occurred along a gully on Sandy Park Road in St. Andrew Saturday afternoon. The police said about 3:10 p.m. the 26-year-old man, who is a resident of the area, was among a group of men playing a game of cards when he felt the urge to urinate. The police said that while relieving himself, the injured man heard several loud explosions and simultaneously felt a burning sensation on his right buttock. He reportedly returned to where he was playing cards, after which he observed blood coming from his rear. He was assisted by a friend to the University Hospital of the West Indies, where he was treated for a gunshot wound received to his right buttock and a graze to his penis. The matter was reported to the police after the man left the hospital. Man shot dead in Painland. Up to late Saturday evening, police said they have not identified a motive for the killing of a man on Delacree Lane in Painland, Kingston 11. That is 27-year-old Shaquille Gallimore, who goes by the aliases Jamar and Jagger. He was shot multiple times at his home. Police said around 5:05 a.m., residents reportedly heard several loud explosions sounding like gunfire. The residents made checks and stumbled upon the now deceased, lying on the ground, suffering from what appears to be gunshot wounds to his upper body. The police were alerted, but residents hurriedly assisted Gallimore to the Kingston Public Hospital, KPH, where he later succumbed to his injuries while undergoing treatment. He was pronounced dead shortly after 6 a.m., and the body was taken to the morgue. The police found 8 spent shells while processing the murder scene. Woman escapes injury after being shot at in Manchester. Head of the Manchester Police, Superintendent Shane McCullough, is reporting that a woman was shot and injured in Davyton, Manchester on Saturday night. McCullough said that the woman was shot at while driving a motor car in Davyton. Her car was fired on. She wasn't shot, he said. He was clarifying an earlier report that said the woman was shot and injured. However, McCullough said the woman fled from the vehicle unscathed during the attack, which happened about 8:30 p.m. Clarendon man charged with assault after allegedly attacking relative. A man has been charged with 2 counts of assault at common law after he allegedly attacked a relative at his home in Chapelton, Clarendon on Thursday, December 15, 2022. Charge is 26-year-old Jason Hamilton. Reports from the Chapelton police are that about 3 p.m. the police were summoned after Hamilton allegedly used a machete to chop a relative. On arrival of the police, Hamilton was reportedly found armed with a hammer and other cutting implements. It is reported that a confrontation ensued between Hamilton and the lawman, during which he was shot and injured. Hamilton was transported to hospital, where he was admitted under police guard. On Friday, January 6, Hamilton was charged. Portland farmer charged for allegedly stabbing his girlfriend. A man has been arrested and charged with wounding with intent after he allegedly stabbed his girlfriend all over her body in Duncan Hill, Portland on Wednesday, December 28, 2022. Charge is 28-year-old Quentin Smith, a farmer of Red Astor Road, Port Antonio in Portland. Reports are that about 8:30 p.m., Smith's girlfriend went to a relative's house to pick up her child when the farmer showed up and started accusing her of cheating. An argument developed between them, and Smith allegedly pulled a ratchet knife and started stabbing his girlfriend all over her body. The victim was taken to the hospital, where she was admitted and treated. Smith was arrested and charged on Saturday, January 7. 3 narrowly escaped serious injury in Mandeville crash. 3 people narrowly escaped serious injuries following a 2-vehicle crash on the Winston Jones Highway in the vicinity of Greenville in Mandeville on Sunday. The crash involved a Toyota pickup and a Nissan 80 wagon. An alleged eyewitness said that shortly after 11 a.m., both vehicles were traveling westbound when the motor car was attempting to turn into Greenville. The pickup collided into the rear of the motor car. The impact resulted in the car going off-road. The occupants of both vehicles escaped injury. 13 in custody after gun seizure in Portland. 13 people, including 6 women and 2 minors, were taken into custody after a team of officers assigned to the Portland Police Division seized approximately 600 pounds of compressed ganja during an operation on Long Road in Manchonil on Saturday. Reports are that about 9 a.m., lawmen in the area when they signaled the driver of an Isuzu motor truck with 12 people aboard to stop. He complied and the vehicle searched. During the search, 600 pounds of compressed ganja was found in their possession. They were subsequently taken into custody. However, their identities are being withheld pending further investigations. The illicit drug has an estimated street value of 3.3 million Jamaican dollars. Police make progress in New Year's Day triple killing. Police Commissioner Major General Anthony Anderson says investigators are making progress in their probe of the New Year's Day triple killing in Cane River, Bull Bay, St. Andrew. The area has been rocked by gang conflict over several recent weeks. 68-year-old Mason Isaac Ashton and his son, 39-year-old construction worker Alric Ashton, both of Taylor Lansing 9 Miles, Bull Bay, and a man known only by his alias Narco, were killed when gunmen sprayed bullets on a vehicle in which there were passengers. Police Commissioner Anderson, who told the community on the weekend, said investigators have identified the perpetrators of the attack. In the meantime, Commissioner Anderson says domestic violence and contract killings are of major concern to the police high command. We are seeing too many killings over nothing. Sometimes it's just anger playing out and inability to resolve difficulties and challenges without resorting to violence, so that accounts for too many for people dying, the commish said. JCF stepping up use of surveillance cameras to combat crime. The Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF says discussions are underway regarding further emphasis on its use of surveillance to combating incidents of criminality and violence across Jamaica. That pronouncement has come from Police Commissioner Major General Anthony Anderson. The Police Commissioner was the first guest for the year on the weekly edition of the show JCF Now, aired on Radio Jamaica. Commissioner Anderson provided an update on where the force is heading regarding the use of the surveillance cameras. He telegraphed what he described as a different approach to the use of surveillance cameras. Commissioner Anderson added that the systems which complement the surveillance cameras have assisted immensely. Over the last few years, the police force has been using digital imagery to detect and deter criminal activity. The program has also aided in the arrest and arraignment of offenders. Police Commissioner Anthony Anderson was speaking on JCF Now, which airs weekly on Radio Jamaica. Tufton wants accountability in caring for ambulances. Minister of Health and Wellness Dr. Christopher Tufton has put administrators on notice that they'll be required to report those responsible for damage done to state-provided ambulances because of indiscipline on the roads. He likened the need to hold others accountable to the firestorm of criticisms he faced down late last year over shoddy conditions at some public hospitals. His comments came on Friday during a handover of 4 new ambulances to the Western Regional Health Authority, noting that he sometimes sent videos of vehicles in the health sector being driven in a reckless manner. Tufton appealed to drivers not to be a part of the indiscipline seen on the country's roads. I want to encourage the people who are in charge of these ambulances. In fact, I've asked the team that whenever there's an incident, we need a report. We normally get a report, obviously, but we need a report that extends down to who is liable, who is responsible, and we have to hold those who are charged with the responsibility accountable, the minister insisted. I make no bones about that. I have been accused of every wrong in public health, that I must fix it. All toilets want me to maneuver and make sure that they're clean. I'm not saying that the buck doesn't stop with me ultimately, but we have management to manage, and the people who must manage, and the man who drives the ambulance must drive it with a certain level of fiduciary responsibility, and you must protect it as your own and as a property that's going to enable you to do your job. And I don't want it to be done any other way, right? So expect that next year this time, they'll still be there and functional and working, he added. The Toyota vehicles, which were purchased by the government of Jamaica, will be added to the current fleet of 18 in the region that spans Trelawney, St. James, Hanover and Westmoreland. St. Catherine North Police Division murder-free so far. The homicide-busy St. Catherine North Police Division has so far maintained a clear murder sheet. Head of the division's crime portfolio, Detective Inspector Stedman Bailey, says cops are keeping up the pressure on criminals. It was noted that this time last year, the division recorded 7 murders. For 2023 so far, the figure is 0. For all of 2022, the division recorded 146 murders. Bailey says the police will continue to be relentless in crime fighting. So far, it has been a collective effort to get the crime producers and also to solve disputes before they escalate. We don't want to speak too soon, but we are thankful for the positive results to date. The absence of murder so far in the division has been welcomed by the St. Catherine Chamber of Commerce and Industry. It is a great feeling within the business community, as each time there's a murder, it adversely affects commerce, said Chamber President Dennis Robotham. St. Catherine is one of 8 parishes currently under a state of public emergency. In sports news, swimmer Mackenzie Headley tests positive for a banned substance. 16-year-old Jamaican swimmer Mackenzie Headley has returned a positive test for a banned substance. She'll face a 3-member independent anti-doping disciplinary panel in the coming weeks for the anti-doping rule violation. According to a source, the national representative, who competed at the Commonwealth Games last summer, returned the positive test at the Carifta Championships in Barbados in April last year. The United States-based multi-event swimmer faces up to a maximum 4-year ban for the positive test. Chairman of the Independent Anti-Doping Disciplinary Panel, Kent Gammon, confirmed on Friday that a hearing for the swimmer was pending. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.